So let's get into it. Do you remember this old story where GPUs break your hearts and your wallets? Today, it's all about the AMD RX 9070 XT, the underdog that dunked on NVIDIA's 50 series in price to performance, until both decided MSRP is just kind of a cute suggestion. This is a tragic comedy of epic proportions. So let's set the stage here. AMD drops the RX 9070 XT at $599, packing 16 gigabytes of VRAM and enough juice to crush any 1440p gaming monitor like it's nothing. Meanwhile, NVIDIA's RX 5070 Ti struts in at $749, bragging about DLSS 4 and ray tracing. But here's the twist. Benchmarks roll out and the 9070 XT is nipping at NVIDIA's heels, sometimes even winning at 4K for less cash. Tech tubers lose it. AMD's the new king, they yell. Price to performance charts turn into Team Red victory parades. NVIDIA's sweating and fans are hyped. It's a budget gamer's dream come true. But hold up, here comes the plot twist that no one asked for. The $549 MSRP RTX 5070s are $800 on day one, while the RTX 5080s are basically at the sell your kidney tier. AMD's like, hold my FSR 4. We can play that game. Launch day hits and poof, 9070 XTs vanish faster than free pizza at a LAN party. MSRP? Yeah, sure. That $599 is a fairy tale. Retailers jack them up at $799 if you're lucky, but I hear eBay has them for $1,000, while AMD thought MSRP meant mythical suggested retail price. Neither card is still selling at sticker price. NVIDIA's too busy hyping AI to care, and AMD is counting fat stacks like we're luxury now, deal with it. So here we are. The 9070 XT crushed NVIDIA's 50 series on paper for price to performance. In reality, it's a race to see who can go over MSRP faster, while we're stuck refreshing Newegg, praying for a miracle, while Intel sits in the corner wondering if anyone forgot that they were standing there.
Johnny, I apologize. I forgot you were there. You may go now.
So, drop the comments below. Did you snag one, or are you broke like me and gonna wait until they're used on eBay? Speaking of being broke, check out today's sponsor. This week's sponsor is me. If you'd like to support this channel, the best way is to pick up a t-shirt at cybercputech.com. All my t-shirts are extremely high quality and durable. These are the same shirts I wear in videos. So if you like the shirt I'm wearing, then head over to cybercputech.com and pick yourself up one today. In other news, it appears Google is giving Gemini access to your search history. Do you ever feel like Google's got a creepy front row seat at your soul? One minute you're Googling best pizza near me, the next you're whispering, hey, remember that 3 a.m. deep dive into can dogs judge me? It's like having a nosy roommate who never sleeps, cataloging every weird itch you've scratched online. Oh, you're into vintage sock puppets now? Noted. It's not just ads for pizza anymore. It's ads for pet therapy and puppet conventions. Google knows you better than your mom, and honestly, that's kind of terrifying. Next thing you know, it'll be mailing you socks with your browser history embroidered onto them. Luckily though, Google claims this feature is opt-in and can be disabled at any time. Gemini will even display a banner reminding you that it's connected to your search history, so you don't forget. Well, that's good because Google never does anything to violate your trust. But hey, you don't even have to use Gemini, right? Well, in other news, Google has also announced that later this year will be disabling access to Google Assistant on most Android devices and making it unavailable on the Google Play Store. They plan on replacing it with Gemini because there's no better way to gain market share than forcing people to use your product. Now, picture this. Google Gemini swoops in, boots Google Assistant to the curb, and suddenly it's the puppet master of your entire digital life. It's synced to your smart lights, your car, even your coffee maker. Muttering, I brewed decaf since you Googled insomnia cures at midnight last night. It's rifling through your Google Drive and narrating your old breakup emails in a soothing tone, and adjusting your thermostat because you seemed a little chilly in that Zoom call earlier. I'm sorry, it's not an assistant anymore. It's a stalker with your Wi-Fi password, watching your every move like a nosy landlord that has access to your YouTube watch history. It even has access to your Ring doorbell while whispering, "I saw you trip over that cat last night." It's like Skynet with a better voice.
Come with me if you want to live.
It's okay, Mom. He's here to help. It's okay.
In brighter news though, a fan-made project created with NVIDIA's RTX Remix is giving Half-Life 2 an overhaul with not only updated assets, but also with full ray tracing, DLSS 4 support, and frame generation. I'm legitimately stoked for this. Leave it to some genius in a basement to outshine Valve again, turning Ravenhorn into a haunted light show where zombies glow like they've got a skincare routine. DLSS 4 is going to be pushing frames so high, my monitor's going to be begging for mercy. And frame gen's smoother than Gordon's silent charm. Yet, here we are, and still no Half-Life 3. But it's okay because Valve's over there muttering, "We meant to do that actually," while we all pray that this mod drops before Gemini orders us crowbars that we didn't ask for. But seriously though, the last 2 Half-Life remasters have been fan-made and still no Half-Life 3. I'm starting to think that there will never be a Half-Life 3, or it'll come out the same time as GTA 6 and cost $100. But at least we'll have Half-Life 2 with RTX. The demo will be available on March 18th and it will be free to everyone who has Half-Life 2 in their Steam library. And that's it. That's what interested me today. Let me know down in the comments below if you like this format. I'm thinking about pushing these videos twice a month depending on if they get views. But while you're here, check out some of these videos. And as always, you guys have a great day.